Welcome back to the channel where we explore, learn, and theorize about the Marvel Universe. Today I'll be talking about Chris Evans returning as the Human Torch, why we haven't gotten the title for Spider-Man 3 yet, and who the villains in WandaVision really are. If you're new to the channel, or even if you've been watching for a while, make sure you subscribe because more than 96% of you guys aren't subscribed. And if you think you're subbed, double check because apparently there's a glitch where people are getting unsubscribed from certain channels. And remember that a subscription is free for you, but it really helps the channel a lot. And you can always unsub later if you want. Now let's get started. According to Giant Freakin Robot sources, the same one that gave us our confirmed scoops regarding Don Cheadle showing up as War Machine in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Josh Brolin returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Thanos, has now let us know that Marvel is trying to get Chris Evans to appear as both an evil version of Captain America and none other than the Human Torch in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Yes, it looks like they want to acknowledge his role in a previous Marvel superhero movie, and they've apparently previously reported that Marvel wants Jessica Alba to have a cameo in the movie as the Invisible Woman as well. But I'm not too familiar with this source, so I don't know how reliable Giant Freakin Robot is, so take this with a grain of salt until it's reported by more reliable sources. Next, according to a couple different sources, Spider-Man 3's title is a huge spoiler, and that may be why Marvel and Sony aren't revealing it just yet. And this actually makes sense due to WandaVision, Spider-Man 3, and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness being connected. If they reveal a crazy title like Spider-Man into the Mephisto-Verse or something, it would be a huge spoiler for WandaVision. So hopefully once this show ends, we'll at least get the title for Spider-Man 3, and possibly even the trailer as well, since Tobey, Maguire, and Andrew Garfield have supposedly been filming for the past few weeks. And lastly, some leaks for WandaVision Episode 7, and some stuff about the last 2 episodes was put on 4chan. But like I always say, while 4chan isn't a reliable source, some of these leaks have been right in the past, so this could be fully or partially correct. And the user that posted this claims that it came from a Facebook page that leaked details of Episode 5 and 6 before being nuked by Marvel Studios. Therefore, if you don't want any spoilers, then click off the video now. Although I do have a really good theory about Quicksilver and Hayward, which these leaks back up. So if you don't want any spoilers, then definitely come back after Episode 7. Anyway, they say that in Episode 7, Wanda leaves the twins with Agnes while she repairs the Hex. Vision finds Darcy, restores her memories, and they discuss his death and rebirth. Monica goes into the Hex to rescue Darcy, and confronts Wanda with her newfound photon powers. They realize that the twins are missing, and go to Agnes's house, where they learn that Agnes is actually Agatha Harkness. In flashbacks, Agatha masquerades as a psychiatrist, helping Wanda overcome her grief over Vision's death in order to control her. And under Agatha's influence, Wanda created the Hex, which Agatha describes as a dream world, but also a nightmare. The episode ends with Agatha once again putting Wanda under her influence. There are also some spoilers for future episodes, which starts with Nightmare as the main villain. It's unclear whether Agatha is Nightmare, working with him, or being controlled by him. Hayward stole Vision's body in order to reverse engineer, weaponize, and mass produce it as Earth's new line of defense. Evan Peters is Fox's Quicksilver pulled into the MCU and forced into the role of Wanda's dead brother. He gets another Sweet Dreams moment in the final episodes. According to leaked audition tapes, there will be a subplot about Billy being bullied in school, and Tommy wondering whether he should use his powers to help him. Once the Hex begins to fall apart, the twins will become very sick. At some point, Wanda will apparently be on the room with Billy, while Tommy's fate is unknown, and Doctor Strange will appear in the final episode. Now it's really interesting that this leak says that Nightmare will be the main villain instead of Mephisto, because it's been rumored for months that Nightmare could be the villain in Doctor Strange 2, and it would make sense given how connected the two projects are. But I think it'll be really disappointing if Mephisto doesn't appear in the show. And just like how Mephisto has been teased, with Dottie saying the devil's in the details, Quicksilver calling Billy and Tommy demon spawn, since in the comics the twins are fragments of Mephisto's soul, and many other connections, the word nightmare has been said a lot in the show as well, most notably by Hayward and Pietro in Episode 6. Hayward says we take her out, this whole nightmare ends. And Pietro says it's a big leap from giving people nightmares and shooting red wiggly woos out of your hands. And I believe that Hayward is a villain. I mean, he has to be. And there are even rumors that he could actually be Ralph, Agnes's husband, which is why we've never seen him in the town. He's controlling things from the outside, and is why the only other place outside of Westview that we've seen hexagons is in his office. And it also seems like Pietro is playing a role in this as well. Not only was he brought over from a completely different universe, but he made references to both Mephisto and Nightmare, and seems to know way too much about Wanda's reality. Plus she asked Wanda how she was doing it, which could be one of the villains trying to learn how to control the Hex, and take control away from Wanda. But not only that, because a few minutes before recording this video, a new Funko Pop for Pietro was leaked, and as you can see there are quotations around his name, which is pretty weird because none of my Funko Pops have quotes, and I have quite a few. So these quotes around his name could be hinting at him actually being a different person, or at the very least, being manipulated or controlled by one. But let me know what you guys think about all this. Would you like to see Chris Evans return as a Human Torch in Doctor Strange 2? What do you think the title for Spider-Man 3 is? And do you think that Hayward and Pietro are actually villains? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you'll never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and remember to wash your hands and stay safe.